Hey, Hillside. Well, made it back from camp. It was so much fun, and God was doing amazing things in the students. And if you come to service on Sunday, you'll get to hear a lot more about that, hopefully, from some of the campers themselves, if they can make it and share. But it just so happened that what the last speaker talked about in the last night kind of coincided with what some of my Bible reading where I was at in my New Testament portion, which was the book of First Peter. And so that's what I'm going to just talk about today. So on the last night, he was talking about, opened by talking about chameleons. And chameleons, they change color. They blend in with their surroundings. And this is a defense mechanism. So they change color when they're afraid. And it's really, really cool. But also, it's really, really cool for chameleons, but not really, really cool for us as Christians. It was about fighting this urge to fit in and talking about how you can be, you can look like one thing on the outside, but something else inside. And a lot of times Christians, we go to church and a lot of people go to church and they say, well, they're one way on Sunday and then they go out into the world, into their life, and they so easily just blend into the world around them and the things of the culture of the world and the ways of the world. And this idea of like, why do we do that? Why act one way at church and another outside, or whatever? It's because we're afraid, like chameleons, right? We're afraid of sticking out, looking different. What will happen if we do? And that can be hard, especially for a lot of those students, those junior high and high schoolers, and all the peer pressure to fit in. And but it's not just a message for them; it's a message for believers of all ages. And First Peter is not exactly this happy, cheery letter from Peter. It's really, he says, look, the world is going to slander you and they're going to persecute you, etc. It goes on. It talks about suffering. It also talks about they're going to be surprised when you're not participating, if you're not participating in the debauchery and things that they are doing. But the idea is, yeah, you're going to stick out. You're going to look different. You're going to suffer. But no matter what, he is saying in this book or in this letter, no matter what, live for Christ. Do not blend in. Do not become a chameleon to escape the suffering or the slander or the surprise from them. Because it also says that they are going to face the judgment that comes with it. And you, after you suffer for some time on this earth, for a temporary, a short while, you will be glorified. And this is why we do it. This is why we stick out. And you know what? Those moments when it says in 1 Peter 4:4 that with respect to this, they are surprised when you do not join them in the same flood of debauchery and they malign you. But that's where our door opens. We're like, why? Like, you don't want to participate, or you don't do that, or why? That's a door to share your faith right there. That's where because we look different, because we are being that light. So that's just an encouragement to you today. It doesn't start, it's not all a happy, cheery book, but the hope, the happy cheeriness is the hope in the future, in the eternal glory that you will receive for no matter what, living for Christ and sticking out and not being a chameleon. So we'll see you next time, Hillside.